What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Now, there is only one place that I want to start today's video, and that is by paying my respects and the respect of our entire community to the families of those associated with the 97 who passed away at the Hillsborough tragedy. Our captain Virgil van Dijk has also been speaking, and this is what he had to say. Today marks the 36th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster. As always, our thoughts are with those affected and the 97 fans who will never be forgotten. You'll never walk alone, and I'm sure that everybody echoes those sentiments from our captain. Himself and Arne Slot laid a wreath today at the Hillsborough Memorial, and it is on a day like today where, of course, we remember the past, we hope it never repeats itself, but our thoughts on our loved ones are with everybody in the great city of Liverpool today. My friends, let's move on to speak a little bit about the captain and his contract situation. The Mirror report that Virgil van Dijk will put pen to paper on those fresh terms of his Liverpool contract before the weekend's game against Leicester City. We don't know exactly when Virgil will sign it, but you can see now we are just days away. Whether it's already done, whether it's done tomorrow, the next day, the day after, we'll soon find out. But everybody is expecting it to be completed before the game against Leicester on Sunday. Now, the Daily Express has been speaking about Liam Delap a little bit, and not great news for us as Liverpool fans, but at least it starts to give a bit more of an indication of where he might be headed. This piece here said Liam Delap could reject a summer transfer to Manchester United, which, let's be honest, is just good sense at this point. It is believed he wants to play for a club competing in Europe, with Chelsea or Arsenal his preferred choices. So there you go. Maybe he fancies a move to London. I don't know. But Liverpool's name, as you can see, at least in that piece from the Daily Express, not mentioned or linked with Liam Delap. Moving on now to Dean Huijsen, and a couple of bits of interest on this one. The first from Ben Jacobs, who say that Dean Huijsen is particularly high in the thinking of two Premier League clubs. Liverpool are, of course, one of them. The other one, Chelsea. Now, again, I hope Huijsen sees sense and knows that there's a far brighter future if he comes to the Reds. But Chelsea also in the mix, and we know that a 9-year contract might be on the table there, unlimited wealth and everything else that goes along with the modern Chelsea transfer expenditure. But I do think if he wants to go in the right direction with his career, a move to the Reds would be, well, the right one. Alex Crook has also been speaking about Dean Huijsen, and this is what he had to say. Liverpool are looking to sign a centre-back, even with captain Virgil van Dijk agreeing a new deal at the club. Huijsen's arrival would facilitate the possibility of England international Jarell Quansah, wanted by Newcastle, departing. Now, I've been speaking about this for the last week or two. Always had a gut feeling that the manager wasn't fully convinced by Jarell Quansah. You may remember me speaking about it on the last couple of late night agendas as well. And now it's starting to come out that that's looking like it could be the case. Liverpool may be looking to cash in on Quansah to make space in the squad for Dean Huijsen. Now, I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, if we can get Canade to sign a new deal, you'd have Canade, you'd have Huijsen, you'd have Virgil, you'd of course have young Nallo and Joe Gomez, who's still recovering from his injury. They're good centre-back options for me, so let's wait and see what happens with this one. But when we ran a poll on it last night, well, everybody, I think it was about 88%, said that they would do that deal. They would sell Jarell Quansah to bring in Dean Huijsen. Now, we do have to be mindful of the homegrown quota as well in the Premier League, so do keep that one in mind. Moving on now to a little bit about Chris Rigg. Chris Rigg is a talent that anybody in football circles will have known about for a very long time. Plying his trade up at Sunderland, he's been monitored and watched by pretty much every single Premier League club that you can imagine, and ones even further afield. This piece here said Liverpool and Everton are set to battle it out this summer for Sunderland's 17-year-old midfielder Chris Rigg. Now look, I don't see a world where Liverpool would sign Chris Rigg and he'd be ready to play for us in the next season. I think alone, maybe leaving him at Sunderland could be a smart move, but it's no surprise to me that Liverpool and Everton are probably just two of a whole host of clubs looking at Chris Rigg. Obviously, we know Everton have been linked with a move for Ben Doak as well, so keep an eye on that situation. But anybody who's watched the Championship, let me know your thoughts on Chris Rigg. He's one of those names that has been spoken about as a bit of a prodigy for quite a while. I want to move on for a moment to speak about Alexis McAllister, because we've seen all the rumours over the last day or two about a move to Real Madrid, because Real Madrid have started speaking about him. Now, I've tried to allay a lot of those fears by saying I don't think we have anything to worry about as Liverpool fans, at least for the next few years. And this is what his father had to say amid those Real Madrid rumours. So he said, there's nothing to comment. Alexis is very happy at Liverpool and hopes to be crowned a Premier League champion, then enjoy a break he didn't get last year. Obviously last year because of international competitions and whatnot. So hopefully Alexis can get that breather in. His father went on to say he has a contract until 2028. He's happy at the club and let's hope he stays there. Yes, let's hope he does, because every Liverpool fan that I know absolutely loves Alexis. And in my opinion, he's already a 100 million plus midfielder. If Real Madrid do come a knocking in years to come, well, I hope it's a very significant, even world record amount of money, because that's what it should take to get a player of Alexis out of any club. Unless you're Liverpool, of course, you knew about that release clause in his Brighton contract. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Alexis get offered a new contract very, very soon as well. So let's talk Eintracht Frankfurt and Hugo Ekitike, because Bild have said that the asking price for him has been hired. And if this is the case, well, they can do one, to be honest with you. They say that Eintracht Frankfurt are demanding a fee of around €100 million for 22-year-old striker Hugo Ekitike amid interest from Arsenal and Tottenham, although Liverpool's name should be mentioned in that conversation as well. I've got to be honest, folks, wouldn't mind him one bit at the 60 million that was being mentioned previously. But remember, this guy signed for them for, I think, either somewhere between 13 and 18 million euro, and now they're looking for 100 million euro a year and a bit later. Absolutely not going to happen, not with Liverpool anyway, and nor should it, because he isn't worth it. And it seems like it used to be that 100 million bought you the best talent in the world, and it was a rarity. These days, any footballer that has any type of semi-decent season and is linked with the Premier League, well, 100 million seems to be the new 30 or 40 million. Shouldn't happen, isn't worth it, move on, if that is the asking price. So, let's talk Miroslav Jaros for a minute, because Theo Squires of the Echo has said what unnamed journalist had mentioned before, and now it looks like there's a bit of clarification on it. So this piece here said that Jaros is in line for a new deal at Liverpool. Theo writes that contrary to suggestions elsewhere, he is not currently scheduled to be out of contract this summer. Now this comes back to the time he went on loan over to, I think it was Sturm Graz, if my memory is correct, over in Austria. He did sign a contract extension at that time. Everybody thought that was just a 1 year extra extension, but it seems like it may have been a little bit longer. So Jaros could be available. There's also been some conversations starting to do the round about Mamardashvili maybe having one more season on loan at Valencia. And if Jaros was kept at the club, well, at least that would mean we still have another good backup goalkeeper there. Kelleher does look like he will depart in the summer with that 1 year left on his Liverpool deal. So that is it from me for now, ladies and gentlemen, but we will be back tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. I know there's some Champions League games on. We are taking tomorrow night off because I'm an interested observer of this Real Madrid-Arsenal game tomorrow. But hope we join you guys tonight, 8:45, late night agenda. We'll see you there. As always, if you want to come and see us for our end of season shows at the Hot Water Comedy Club, you can get your tickets with the link in the description of this video. Until then, have a lovely Tuesday. We'll talk soon.